I think, yes, there is an adoption. Yeah, there is.
I know you have the sign.
And also,
Let me ask you something.
So the
Is
women-
it ever okay? Ever okay to kill the baby?
Information, ma'am, we're here to help you. You're not alone. They just want your baby to death. That's all they
It has a
want.
heartbeat, it's not a human.
So, can I speak or are you going to interrupt?
No, go right ahead.
I don't ever think it's okay to kill a baby. I think you have to get the definition of when life starts. I don't think that having a conversation about it's probably going to change.
You guys got paid.
Why? How do you know that?
I've had a number of conversations with folks here before. I mean, you're welcome to try and change my mind, but I'm guessing based on our previous. Bill and I have had a conversation and we agreed that we're going to disagree. So.
Bill and I.
Forever. This girl here is my friend. You know that. We disagree, but we have a good day.
Don't hurt your baby, please. Come talk to us for a minute. There's alternatives.
Information with life and a free office.
They just want money for your child's life.
I don't know the answer to that question. I'm not
Well, I
God.
do.
You do? Wow.
It's Jeremiah 1:5 to begin with. It says, before you're in your mother's womb, that's God. That's word. What does the word life mean?
Word life is
You're
a lot of
priest, you
different
should
things.
know. I mean, if it's life, and you're wondering
So,
when it begins,
sir,
what is life?
If I can't speak without being interrupted, I'm not going to.
I'm just asking you a question. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Answer the question.
Can't take it.
Can you answer that?
I think, what would life be?
Yeah, what is life in the Bible mean?
I don't think we would disagree on that. I guess I think the life is complicated. There's the life of the baby and the life of the mother and the life of the father
Doesn't
and
life
the
mean,
siblings and
doesn't
the
life mean
grandparents.
soul, though? Does it mean soul?
That's part of what it means.
So you're killing a soul. I mean, a soul takes place at conception.
It is a loss. I'm not going to deny that it's a death.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue
So
that point.
we
I'm
all-
going to argue that it's complex and that many people's lives are involved. It's a very difficult decision that needs to be respected when it's made.
When it's complex, you don't have to explain it, do you?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a huge.
What choice they're supposed to make is here because they
Supporting all the people in the family.
the women who come and the women who come and decide to leave.
There you go.
I assume.
We all agree, at least by their definition of Christ. And usually brought on by others. You know, that
So many
would
different
encourage
reasons.
them, push them.
Women of all ages, for all different reasons.
They do the think about
All
it long term. So to me, those of us that step back a little bit and think about it, why wouldn't we say, let's sit down at the
Can I ask
table
you something back to you?
We're here to
I suppose
help.
that if you
Information with
saw,
life and a free
if I were
office.
trying to struggle
They
to make
take
this
life
decision,
and your money.
and I saw somebody holding that sign, would I feel comfortable coming to talk to you to get support to my decision? Are you really encouraging me to be in an open conversation
that
with
is
you?
something that I have struggled with as well. I just want to get the word that this is the truth, this is what's taking place here. He's murdered.
But you are not encouraging me to talk to you.
Well, but how do you...
You are scaring me away.
Well,
That's why I'm
But
here.
how do you be convicted of what...
Yeah, we've seen the fear already. One of them already walked away.
These women should go to jail after they walk out of this building.
I didn't say that. We're all murderers.
Convicted?
We've all... You said if we hated, we've committed that sin.
Okay.
You know,
So then,
we're
so either we all go to jail or we accept and love and encourage each other to heal and become whole. Which is what I
heal
think
and
I'm
become
doing.
whole. How do you heal from
No matter what
how do you
we've
heal
done.
From being dead?
Don't you think prisoners in jail who have murdered need to be? Don't we have prison ministries and we support those people to heal?
But we're
Yeah,
talking
so
about
it's the same
innocent
thing
who
for
have
these
never
women.
sinned. We're talking
And the
about
people they've murdered aren't innocent?
Let your baby live, please.
We're here to
I know
help.
it's hard.
babies who are
Information
And those
with
women
life
still
and a free office.
deserve, those women still deserve the peace of God and to be healed and whole.
Why don't we help them with this?
I do. I counsel women before. I'll support a woman to put a baby up for adoption. I'll support a woman to claim control over her own body so she has a choice.
It's not her body.
It's not her
There's a
body.
body thrown into her.
That's
It's
not
two
her
people's. It's two
body.
people's bodies connected. It's very
That is
complicated.
not her body. That's a whole separate DNA, a whole separate fingerprints, a whole separate heartbeat.
Dependent on her for the rest of its life, or dependent on somebody for the rest of its life. We don't survive alone.
No,
don't
but it's
survive alone.
No, you don't survive alone, but that's a whole separate...
Do you know that I'm a midwife
she's a
also?
mom.
That
I
I'm a
think
midwife?
that's amazing.
God forbid.
It is
I think it's
amazing, and they're
incredible.
interdependent. Just the way we're interdependent with God.
It's the
and with
ultimate
this earth,
paradox.
A baby and a mother are interdependent, extremely interdependent.
And that baby's depending on her for life,
Yes. Yes. That's true.
not depending on her
It's
to
true.
go in there and lose its life.
And an ideal world,
God didn't
all
connect
women
them
would
with
be
the umbilical
supported,
cord, so Mom
and they
could
would have
go in
all the
there and
resources they
rip it
need to
pieces.
give birth healthily, safely, and to raise their children. Yes, that would be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful world that doesn't exist right now. I have the same vision.
That's why we're here.
Men
That's great, but
center
you
that
are
you
not
defend them to.
encouraging a healthy conversation. I don't believe that the way you're presenting
How
yourself
would you
is supporting the
tell me
women.
how it could be done?
I would sit down and talk to women.
How do you get them stopped?
You have
before
women
you
who
can
come
do
to your
that, man?
churches, right? Don't you do that in your churches?
I mean,
You talk to
not
women.
very many come to church and say I'm getting ready to have an abortion.
No,
Well,
but
why?
This is a
But maybe you
killing
should think
center.
about that. Maybe you should think about
Well,
that.
you know what? I do all that.
Good. Good. That's great.
We care. We care. My wife was volunteer at Christ Church.
Great. That's fantastic.
These
So
folks
it
are
was
involved.
legal
What do you
to
think
kill
this
Jews
lady
at one
does?
time as well, and people used to stand out in front of there and try to stop those people to be opposed to that as well. It's legal to do
no
it
one
there.
protested that at the time.
Yeah, they do. They stood out front.
Most of them
Yes,
didn't
they
very
did.
much. I would
There was
agree
a handful
with
that did, just like there's a handful of here who do.
It's also really bad analogy. It's just a totally different
I said about it now. It's legal to kill. It's legal to one time have somebody as a slave and make them
genocide.
do whatever you want.
Surgery.
Well, and it's also
Somebody died.
Somebody's dying.
it is legal to kill. It's the truth of our society. It is true. It's true in
You're-
many different areas of our world.
And you say you're a person of God and you're supporting that. You're on the side
No,
of the.
I'm not saying I'm supporting it. I'm saying your argument doesn't hold up because it's the truth. If you want to,
You're not supporting murder of these children.
I'm
Why don't
supporting.
you come outside side by side? You and I'll hold a sign that we love you, we care, and you and I will put a little table out here and you'll present your side and I'll present
I don't
mine.
believe you're
That's my
reaching women.
challenge to
I don't
you.
believe you're reaching women doing what
Well,
you're
let's
doing.
try to
The
do
crisis
that.
point is not.
I am
Let's-
doing
let's
that.
do
In,
that.
I am doing that in my life. I feel very confident that I'm doing it.
There have been abortion doctors that have taken tracks from groups like this and have stopped practicing killing babies because of freedom track.
When the I just
There's
I
the
have
If you
one
feel
that,
like you're being
Turn around and
effective,
leave.
then that's
when the
because they
women
read
are
this
in there,
word
do
right
you
here.
try to
It's going on nationwide.
dissuade them from getting an abortion? Do you try to talk them out of it, or I know you give. I'm not trying to argue with you. I think it's great that you're
That's
midwife.
not my position
I'm just
here.
wondering.
That's not my position here to do that. That's not
Whenever
my role
you
here.
talk to a woman, from what I understand, you're giving her options, but do you try to dissuade her from getting an abortion?
Do I try to persuade somebody
Dissuade her
not
to
If
not
she
to get an
feels
abortion.
like for the reasons that she knows and her family, if she's made, I mean,
And
that
you
would
say,
be,
okay, that's best for you to get an abortion.
I believe that that can be true. Yes,
That answers my
yes,
question.
I believe that can be true. That it can be the best choice for a person.
Okay.
In each case by case, it's different.
Okay.
That's my challenge.
That's what I wanted to know.
Unfortunately, my sister had
I
an
don't want to.
abortion, and she
a public-
suffers from it.
Yes, my sister did too. And
It's a
Why
lifelong
don't we,
suffering.
girls call in, here's my
Well,
challenge.
she just admitted that
doesn't solve
there
the
is an
problem.
appropriate time to kill a baby in her eyes.
Tell them we would like to have a counseling for it. And anytime you want to do it,
Can I
hold
ask-
on, let me finish you.
I didn't-
Any
One of those license tags over there is a dealer tag.
conference center, I'll be there.
That tells me they could afford the new truck, but they could not afford to have the baby.
Right.
Let's put
Yeah.
our arms
And it
around it.
doesn't cost anything to
What
put
I
it
don't
for adoption
understand
for them.
No.
is your frustration. I guess I don't understand your frustration with not being able to reach women, because I feel like your position is known. They know. Women know. It's out.
Many don't know. Many do not know any.
I mean, it's very public.
Not so much. And there's young ladies who've never heard this. They don't follow politics, they don't follow this. They just find themselves in a situation. And we're here at the last minute to hold the line to say, there's options. Let us talk to you. Think about it.
And the reason we have the sign, you know what, I don't like this sign either.
Me neither.
But I consider this the abyss. Once they've gone in here, once they've killed their child, that child is dead.
Whatever word I can get in their heads
That's
to
what
make
we're
them stop
trying to
and
do,
do the
is to
thing.
get their attention. It's much better. I would much rather show them my two grandchildren.
Right.
So I can respect that you're doing what
That's
you
our whole
feel
purpose.
is best.
So I'm just saying, you can do
Not
this.
my-
You
it's
can
not
do
my
what I
approach.
just challenged. When they call in and make a point and say, we will have a free abortion conference, and you tell me the time and place, and I will be at it. And I'll be very kind, I'll be very low, but I'll talk to him.
I think you could, if I were you, and that was my goal, I would set up.
Not a good goal.
Oh yeah, but I still don't think
But
it's
you have the
effective.
contacts here, and you know who's coming in.
We don't really.
Well,
it's not really the nature of. Yeah, but you could also start. I mean, I'm sure there are places, right, that are
The first thing
pre-abortion counseling
all
services.
crisis pregnancies. If you look up abortion,
It does exist.
find out that
they're available, but let's face it. Most of these girls are pressure, a whole variety.
Do you know that?
I don't know this. I've been involved for over 20 years.
So you know the range of stories and
I
reasons.
do. I have a very kind heart.
you do.
I'm here for them. I'm here because I care. This girl knows that we love each other.
I felt that about you right away.
She may not like to express it every time, but she knows we love each other.
I felt that about you right away.
And my husband, you never can do it. We don't just like anyone.
I think that if I believed what you believe, that I would also feel heartbroken every week or every time I thought about it or prayed about it. If I believed in the same way that you do, I think it would be awful. Like, if I really thought that this was a baby murdering factory, I would not work here. I wouldn't volunteer my time here at 7 in the morning. And so sometimes my heart goes out.
It's not a murdering factory.
I think that it's very painful.
Open your eyes.
What seems to be people just disregarding the message over and over again. Like, I'm not really making a point. I'm just saying that sometimes I think
It's very heart heavy. It's very.
like I find my heart very heavy in different ways, and my heart's very heavy for, like, you know, when I have a 14-year-old rape victim, for instance, that's what makes my heart very heavy. That they have to be here or anywhere. They have to, you know. And I think that if I thought life began at conception, I mean, shit, like, that would be tough, man. Like, I don't know. I see where you're coming from.
My wife is totally great. We've been to 3 of them. I can verify the baby's well alive. It's kicking, moving. It's all over.
So can you believe that this mother heart is really weak?
I don't think that they have enough education to know that there's enough options. I think that it's all about money here. These people are hurried in.
I mean, we all rationalize.
Well, this picture right here is the baby. 7 weeks.
To remember, I'm a midwife. I know all about gestation and pregnancy and birth. Yes.
And I really respect that side.
And I also know how.
I don't know how you could transition. Hold on. You talk about paying your heart.
Because it's an acceptance for me, being a religious person, it's accepting all of it. That life and death are inseparable. They come together. And yes, the spirit does know. There is a force in which death has no dominion. And that lives on no matter what. And we are faced with tremendously difficult situations in our lives here on earth while we're here.
Okay. You're a midwife. You're also, I assume you study the scriptures, right? Exodus chapter 1 talks about the 2 midwives.
Protected the lives of the Hebrew women, absolutely.
Yeah.
And women always.
The king told them to kill them. And they said, well, you know, they lied. They said, well,
first
they're too
act
hardy.
of civil
They're going too
disobedience.
fast.
I just wrote about it in
God,
sermon. Yeah.
and you know what it says right there? God honored them and provided houses, homes for them.
I feel
That's
like
way beyond anything.
So here's an interesting thought. I feel like I am protecting life.
Oh, that's.
I asked, who do you think did that?
God. And we are made in the image of God with the power over life and death. And
So
it's
who are we to
very
interrupt his work?
awesome responsibility. It's an awesome responsibility.
But if you
believe in that,
he said,
God
do not kill.
gave us autonomy as well.
He gave us a lot of power. He gave us a lot of power.
We're here to help. Information with life and a free ultrasound. I mean, but who are we to disrupt the life He's created, even if it's in the beginning stages of cell splitting? I mean, who are
we
we
can
to step
avoid
in
that
and
responsibility.
go? No.
I don't think we can avoid that. I wish it were so simple and we could just say, oh, hands off, let this life happen. Life
We
just,
can.
but we no, God can't.
Why? It's complicated to help support
because our
them.
life, because there are, because that's not real.
Our social,
That's not real.
Well, we're not of this world.
We're not what?
If you're
You're
covered,
not of this world.
I'm not of this world. This is not my home.
babies into the this
if
world.
you know the Lord and Jesus Christ is your Savior, this is not your home, your path goes through.
Well, this is where your theology breaks down for me, because then if that's true, the babies are just joining God, and it seems like you would. That's where that breaks. Your theology breaks down for me.
Okay.
Because then why bring the babies here? Even?
But we both believe
if it's
in
not
God
a gift also to be of this world, then why is this insistence on life to bring the babies here then?
Because that baby may come into this world, and God has great plans for this child to bring other souls
And that
to
baby
him.
then will be part of this very complicated world where we must make those decisions, difficult decisions, because
Jesus
we are
came
given
and
that
became
power.
part of this very complicated world.
What?
Jesus came
Right.
and became
And you
us,
are
part of
here
this very
too, part of
complicated
this,
world.
and you are here too, part of this complicated world.
Yes, but yes.
Right, but you just told me you weren't.
But no, in spirit we are not part of this world. Yes, we're here, but in spirit we're not of this world.
Barbara, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Love all of you. God bless you.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I'd like to talk to you more. Thanks for being here.